good about it.
Yeah, and I hope he grows I hope he grows confident so he can do a good job against Thermal if he does reach the finals. Introductions. In the bottom right corner, Dutch legend in Warcraft and Starcraft, playing for his own team, Grubby. Can he come back to pull it to 2-2? It is Grubby. In the top left corner, young player, a breakout performance, one would say, playing for Team Fnatic. It is Ignite.
So it is the long distance here. I would say that favors Ignite somewhat, considering what we've seen so far. This map is, of course, a best of 5, like I mentioned, and this allows Ignite being 1 game ahead and on match point to get a bit silly, but on long distance, that's a lot tougher to do than it is on short.
Yeah. We haven't seen the late game yet.
It's true.
So maybe Grubby shines more there. But from what we've seen so far, I definitely favor these positions for Ignite. I think Grubby would have maybe even liked to see the other position.
So far, we've seen all these games being decided pretty much in the mid game.
Yeah.
Arcan Immortal being a very common composition. Of course, Arcan Immortal is a really good composition. We see a bit of scouting from both of these players around their bases, making sure they are not proxied. Well, they can rest assured there are no proxy buildings anywhere located on the map so far.
Yeah, but look, Ignite's going everywhere with this probe. He's going left, right, up, down, center, third base, whatever. He's like paranoid. While Grubby's just like, I'll just mine stuff and get minerals.
Yeah, I think maybe one of his teammates, Drew Belleman, that maybe told him about Grubby's tendency to cheese, maybe in situations like this. I'm not even sure if Grubby has a tendency to cheese in situations like this. I don't think he does.
I think this is Ignite, like realizing, damn, I'm doing so well in the mid game. Why not make sure I get to the mid game?
Yeah, that's true. He just wants to play safe. Grubby is also now making sure his natural is free of any proxies, and these probes are gonna pretty much see each other. And the scouting is gonna go off here.
Ignite goes for the earlier scout. This also had to do with the fact that he was checking for a proxy so vividly. Grubby goes for the latest scout. Grubby just wants to see the tech. He's not interested in the early game stuff. He just wants to see what tech comes after the cyber.
Yeah, it's really trying to pay attention to where the third pylon is. These players, that these players build. Usually, the third pylon is proxied, so they can, high tech or just proxy warp gates or something like that. But in this case, I don't expect any of these players to do so. They only have a scouting probe out on the map, and they are checking their respective bases. We already see the Stargate coming up for Ignite, whereas Grubby hasn't really built anything because he seems to be lacking a bit of gas.
Or he's just waiting for the probe to get moved out of his base.
So he shoots the probe out of his base with his Mothership Core, gets up to 150 gas. I'm gonna say Twilight. Oh.
He spotted the he spotted the Stargate and went Twilight. So I'm leaning towards Blink.
Yeah.
Especially because he didn't start mining gas like extremely early. So I think he'll do something with Blink. But Dark Shrine is always a possibility.
It's a possibility, but it also feels like a bit more of a gamble than
seeing
Blink
like
to me.
Seeing the Stargate and knowing he went Oracle the game before.
Yeah, Blink seems like the solid choice because you're going to be building Stalkers anyway, so you can scout against any potential Oracles. There are none. He's going for Phoenix. Phoenix is of course a solid choice on a map of this size because it's such a large map, and Phoenix have like the ultimate mobility in this game.
I'm not sure if this is correct, but I feel like Blink is better against Phoenix than against Oracle. With Phoenix, you always have to make multiple Phoenix and invest more gas into it for it to be effective. While in Oracle, you just make one and it's already done its job.
Oh, nice move here with Ignite, picking up the Stalker. Gets away with it. Grubby did not see that coming in time, but now he knows it's Phoenix.
Yeah, he knows it's Phoenix, and he probably feels pretty good about that. And he throws down the 4 gateways. So
4 gateways. There's already a proxy pylon on the other side of the map being built by Grubby, where he will be warping in his Stalkers. This is really an all or nothing move by Grubby, I feel. And the question is, has Ignite, can he scout in time what's coming? I don't think he has a sentry out on the map anywhere, so force fielding will be difficult.
There's a big enough area where Grubby can blink off to like prevent some of the initial damage while blinking up. So I feel like this is a great build for Grubby to do after scouting the Stargate. And I feel like this will be really difficult for Ignite to stop. Like, he hasn't scouted it at all. He doesn't know what's coming. For all Ignite knows, there could be an expansion. He's checking now, and he's going to realize, oh boy, something's coming at me.
Yeah, I'm really surprised by Ignite's decision to keep his Phoenixes inside his base. He sat in there for like a minute, perhaps being afraid of indeed something coming.
It's because he'd never scouted. So Grubby could have a Stargate, and he's afraid that if he moves out with the Phoenixes, he gets chased away by
here comes the Warp in at the front. 3 Stalkers going down on this first Stalker. Might even be able to take out the Mothership Core. Leaves the first Stalker to go, but actually Ignite doesn't manage to save it. Takes one more hit, but he actually saves the Stalker. Photon Overcharge gets deployed, so Grubby will not be able to engage immediately.
Ignite is not dead yet. That was crucial for him to save that Mothership Core.
Yeah, if Grubby had focused down that Mothership Core from the start instead of that Stalker, I feel he would have gotten it. And then, well, Grubby would be fighting quite already.
I think there was a mistake by Ignite, though. He saved the Mothership Core and then went for the Panic Overcharge.
True.
Now the Overcharge will run out quite soon, and Grubby will have a big timing where he can just put on so much pressure with his Blink Stalkers.
It always feels when I see an Immortal that it counts for like 4 Stalkers. It's going to be about positioning. Like if Grubby can blink on top of the Immortal, but if the Immortal is between the Stalkers and the Zealots, then the Zealots won't be able to actually do damage to the Stalkers, and the Stalkers will just focus fire the Immortal while taking, well, minimal damage. So this fight is going to be all determining.
Ignite has to be on top of his lift. The moment Grubby blinks in to get that Immortal, he needs to lift 4 Stalkers. He doesn't want the Phoenixes to be shooting. He wants the Phoenixes to just disable as much as possible while his ground army kills the other ground army.
2 Immortals now out for Ignite. Grubby seemingly blinked away, I'm not sure why. But this means that now that he's out of the base, that Ignite can actually defend his ramp a lot more easier. He's getting a sentry, so he will be able to force field.
I'm surprised by the decision for Grubby to play a bit more passive, but I guess it's because it's such a deciding game that he doesn't want to risk blinking into Immortals. And it's true, like, what has to be said is that Ignite does have a lot of supply, and Immortals are nothing to laugh at for Stalkers.
Yeah, like one mistake could cost you the game.
Yeah,
Grubby is getting an expansion, which is good. But I really feel he needs to do something about his tech, because pure Blink Stalker is good in mid game. Oh, he does have a sentry, but he misses the force field.
It's so scary for Grubby to do this because there's Phoenix. If he doesn't pay attention and the sentry gets lift and everything walks down, that's huge.
Oh, there's nothing to defend these Phoenixes actually. All these Phoenixes are picking out a lot of probes, so Grubby was already making more of them. Picks off, I think, yeah, he picked off 1 Phoenix.
Yeah, I think this is intelligent by Ignite, but this also like lessens his chances to ever get down his ramp. His Phoenix is on the other side of the map was unexpected for Grubby and did well, but now he cannot get down because there's nothing to do about the sentries.
Grubby's adding double probes off of his, off of his 2 bases. So the fact that he's behind on tech, which is still the case, I don't see a robo anywhere for him. Okay, sorry, he does have a robo in the back of the base near the Mothership Core. So he can catch up, but he's actually not making Immortals. Fight happening here between Phoenixes and Stalkers, and they're going to take out a Stalker. Oh. Gets to.
Stalkers are shooting down. Phoenixes are still Phoenixes are shooting down his Stalker, but I still feel very afraid for Ignite because he has to get down his ramp at some point, and his Phoenixes being on the other side of the map, meaning that won't ever happen.
Going down his ramp is actually quite scary for Ignite. If the force field is perfect, he will lose something like 2 Immortals.
Exactly.
And won't be able to do anything about it.
That's why he needs to have the Phoenix there to surprise Grubby and lift the sentry.
He has 1 more force field left, so this just catching up with Zealot is quite okay. Ignite is transitioning into Colossus. Getting a Colossus means he will be able to, well, simply thread down any force fields there are. And this has me worried for Grubby because he needs to get some sort of heavy tech out of his own. You know, he's getting a lot of probes and his economy is booming at this point. But if Knight just moves down the ramp, breaks the Stalkers, what does Grubby really have to stop him? There's even not a recall to get these units back really quickly.
There is 5 Immortals, and there's going to be 1 or 2 Colossus with this. It might just be 1 Colossus to break force fields and then go.
All right, here he goes down the ramp with 1 Colossus, 5 Immortals. Is he going to expand or is he going to push out? That's the main question here.
I think he wants to push out, but is he afraid to because of the Blink Stalkers?
Grubby should be aware. Is he going to blink at the base? He can force a trade here if he wants to.
Grubby's not aware of how quick this move out is, so he's not in position to blink in. And Ignite's army is going to arrive at Grubby's base a lot quicker than Grubby expects.
Grubby now standing at... Okay, he sends in Hallucinate Phoenix and he will spot this army. But Grubby's going to have a very difficult time here. Like he's adding on cannons.
He should already be killing Ignite's base, and it's taking so long for him to get in there. This is so difficult for Grubby.
This is really difficult. I'm not sure whether... Yeah, there's a Mothership Core, so there will be Photon Overcharge to defend. Grubby needs to focus on pylons, so I feel, to prevent warp-ins. But no, he's just going to go for the probes. Here comes the army of Ignite, though, making its way towards the natural of Grubby.
I really hope Grubby goes into his main. I don't like him trying to hold him.
Yeah, I think the natural is forfeit as well, but no, he will be fighting. The Immortals in the back, not actually contributing a lot to this fight, but there's just so much here for Ignite. I'm not even sure if Grubby can deal with this. Photon Overcharge gets deployed, tries to focus down the Colossus, but the Nexus already falls.
Grubby is committing to a base trade. He's not warping in army anymore at the fight, and he's getting a probe in the bottom left. So he's gonna hope he can mobilize Ignite with his Stalkers.
This is cheeky. Lots of probes being spotted here by the one by Grubby. I think the Nexus for Ignite has also fallen, and he's currently hammering away the zone. Grubby has one probe out on the map, as well as a pylon, but there's a lot more here for Ignite, and his army is just so scary.
Grubby saw where Ignite's probes are, and Ignite didn't actually spot the probe physically. So we'll see how this turns out. But Ignite is moving his probes away from the location where they were before.
Yeah.
This is good for Ignite.
Wait, he's actually trying to focus down the Colossus with his probes, but it doesn't seem to really work. They all get slaughtered. The supply is, of course, massively in favor of Igniting. I feel Grubby really is going to have to pull a miracle out of his hat here to win.
Ignite is going to have to wrongfully split his units up trying to kill Grubby for Grubby to win this game. It is possible, and it does happen, but it's going to be very tough for Grubby to win.
Oh, some of these Stalkers almost getting caught out, but they do have Blink, so they will be able to escape. Grubby's still working away at the base of Ignite, whereas Ignite is, of course, doing the same. Looking the amount of pylons out on the map, there is some saving grace here for Grubby, but they should be revealed towards each other very soon.
Ignite has 0 minerals. The buildings he has on the map right now are it. If Ignite could build a Nexus, I think Ignite is in an unlosable position. But seeing there's no other building to be made for Ignite, I think this is still very plausible.
Oh, Grubby trying to go for one pylon here on the left side. Phoenix has managed to deny the kill. Actually, one pickup gets one of the Stalkers still even. Looking at what's actually on the map, there are 2 pylons here for Ignite. If Grubby would have gone for DTs at the last moment, this would have been almost an easy win, and he's rebuilt the Nexus. So this is probably going to force Ignite's hand, because Ignite will have to do something about this base that's being constructed.
I liked Ignite's position right at the edge, where Grubby's army couldn't blink down, but now he could, and Grubby's army escapes. And this is huge. This means that he can actually get close by the other pylons and put pressure on the buildings of Ignite.
Ignite is guarding his one pylon with a single Immortal. Actually, this Immortal is currently leaving, not sure what's going on. Grubby actually blinks back just in time here. So many things happening on the overall of the map right now.
And Grubby is great in these scrappy situations, I feel. I'm pretty scared for Ignite, but Ignite does have a huge
the Stalkers being picked up here, the Colossus engaging, Grubby not paying that much attention, focusing on the Colossus. Force fields preventing these Stalkers from running away, but this is a losing fight for Grubby.
Once he has Blink again, he might try to fight that, but I think he just has to run and pick up.
He's going to take out this pylon. There's only one building left on the map for Ignite.
Ignite is hitting Grubby's Nexus. The Nexus gets cancelled. He builds a pylon. And there's still buildings bottom right for Grubby. That's huge. That means that it's hard for Ignite to make a killing blow.
Grubby's going to go for the Blink fights. Time Warp on the Immortal. One Immortal will fall. Second one almost takes out a Stalker. The other one's being focused down as well. Will he get this Immortal?
Ignite mismicroing, not letting the Immortal shoot. That was beautiful by Grubby.
Grubby needs to blink away. There's more reinforcements here coming in for Ignite. Grubby trying to trade here as efficiently as possible, and he manages to blink out. Only one pylon left for Ignite. If he loses this, the game is over.
I think this might be... I don't know. It's hard to say, because Ignite does have enough army where he can still kind of split it, but it's very scary for him to do so, and Grubby still has a mobility advantage with Blink. But Grubby nearly has no Stalkers left. He only has 6. Yeah,
6 Stalkers is going to make this very difficult for Grubby. He does have perfect vision because of his 2 Observers, so he knows at all times where the army of Ignite is. He can just try to weather away at Ignite's army time and time again. But it's going to be very difficult, especially against an Immortal, and some of these Stalkers have very low HP of their own. Oh, we need to worry about the Phoenix. If the Phoenix picks up one of these Stalkers, it's completely dead.
Yeah, it's very scary. It just got enough energy for one Graviton Beam. It just has 50 energy. That Phoenix actually plays a huge role. This means that Grubby cannot endlessly pick at Ignite's army. As long as that Phoenix is alive, he can always get one of the Stalkers.
There's no way for Grubby here to force a tie. Of course, Ignite will have to defend his base. Is this last pylon, but he can do that with a handful of units. The other handful, he can simply try and kill the rest off of Grubby's buildings, because he can't see these. Grubby cannot build a Nexus because he doesn't have the minerals necessary, so his buildings will remain revealed, and Ignite is just going to go on a hunt.
Is 2 Immortals and 3 Zealots enough to stop this?
He's going to pick up the Phoenix, maybe?
He Phoenix.
No, he just gets away.
He barely saves it.
That was so close. There's 2 Observers right now over this area, so Grubby has perfect vision over what Ignite's army is doing. He might be trying to bait it with one more Stalker. He blinks under the Phoenix, but it gets picked up. What was this?
I think I'm not sure. Maybe trying to bait half of the army to shoot at the Stalker while he kills the other half. I'm not sure.
Grubby doesn't have enough Stalkers here to actually bum rush this pylon. The rest of his buildings in his own main are actually getting worn down. Only 2 pylons here remain for Grubby on the map.
The army bottom right is too big to do anything with, so Grubby realizes he needs to do it at the pylon. He's slowly linking in Stalkers one by one, trying to hide them and killing the pylon.
Oh, this is the ninja move.
Only way Grubby can win.
Yes, this is the only way he can still win. Let's see if Ignite is paying attention. Here we go. Half of the shield's already done. He picks up one of the Stalkers. That's a great move. The Immortals firing at the Stalkers. All the Stalkers are so low HP right now. There's no Stalker to actually kill the one on the floor, but 3 Stalkers left for Grubby. Can he still blink past these Immortals and go for the final blow?
Is this where Ignite is going to take the game to the finals and play against you, Thermal?
Oh, Grubby's first forced to run. It seems this Phoenix, it doesn't have enough energy for another lift, and it just barely lives. A blink down from Grubby, but here come the rest of the Ignite's forces. In fact, is he going to reinforce, or is he just going to go for the second pylon?
Oh, he loses another Stalker. He's going to blink between... He tries to go for the pylon. There's nothing here.
There's nothing there. The force field misses.
Oh, that force field's going to hinder himself.
There's no pickup. The force field's blocked the Immortals.
He clicked... no.
Oh my god, the pylon!
Oh!
Is he going to get it?
No!
There is nothing left for Grubby except observers. 9 HP left on this pylon.
He shot the Phoenix once there.
He shot it once.
He misclicked once, and that lost him the game.
That one shot could have changed everything. Oh no, there's the final pylon probe. It's game over. GG, Ignite advances on to the grand finals of the Dutch StarCraft League 2014 Individual League.
What a great way to end that series.
Awesome.
I thought Grubby was so dead for so long, and still it was so incredibly close.
Fucking close. Wow, what an amazing series. Guys, I hope you guys enjoyed that, because I sure did.
Give it up for Ignite.
Give it up for Ignite.